everyone, at 1995 here in the video game fanfiction plot with a new chapter for you all of Rock of Steel. I do hope you enjoy it, and remember, I do not own the Transformers Prime series or any music within this video, and I give full credit to its author HaleyMoss on Wattpad. Chapter 10, Out of His Head. Ultra Magnus POV. I had looked up what Ella had told me about kisses and she wasn't wrong. I liked when she kissed my cheek. Maybe next time I can kiss her cheek. I was still kind of nervous about telling her my feelings toward her. That's why I didn't answer to her last text. I hope things won't be weird between us. I was brought out of my thoughts when I saw Ella exit her house. She was wearing what she calls basketball shorts that were black, with a gray shirt but it wasn't like a full shirt, and black shoes. She had her hair up with a black headband on, with her headphones in her ears, with her iPod strapped to her arm. She also had her backpack with her. "Hey Magnus, I'm going to run to base from here, you can follow behind or go on ahead of me. I'll just put my bag in the passenger seat," she said while she put her bag in my truck. Then she took off running toward the base. I decided to drive a little in front of her so that I wouldn't be too slow for cars that would be behind me, and I would still be able to keep track of Ella. In my rearview mirror I could see her face, full of glee. She was listening to her music, and even off she was running, she was still moving along with the beat. I'm sure she has the music up loud. Her and Micah like things loud. Ella isn't always like Micah thought, and I was so glad. It didn't take her too long to get on the outskirts of the town where it's just dirt and dust. Suddenly I could hear the sound of missiles being shot. I looked to the side and there was Starscream shooting his missiles at Ella. She would never hear them coming. I tried to turn around, but there was too many cars on the other side and a car behind me. I honked my horn loud and about 6 times. It didn't seem to faze her, as I know she couldn't hear it. What I saw next shocked me. Ella landed on her hands and flipped over one missile and dodged another. They barely missed her. I saw her running hard towards me. I looked around for cars, none to be seen. I transformed and I grabbed Ella. I hid her into a rock-like cave. "Do not come out until I say," I told her. It was a command, but really I was just worried about her safety. She nodded her head that she understood. I shot my blaster at Starscream, nailing him right on his left shoulder, then shot another landing on his leg. "You'll pay for that, Autobot. I'll be back for your human pet, and when I do, that's when you'll pay," Starscream yelled, then flew off. I walked to where I left Ella, scared that she had disobeyed me. When I reached the rock, she was just sitting there with her headphones still in her ear. "Are you alright, Ella?" I asked her. "Yeah, I'm fine. How are you?" she asked. "I'm fine. He didn't even get a hit on me," I said while I smiled. "Hey, now you're starting to sound like Wheeljack. Don't let him catch you saying that he'll never let you live it down," she said. But I knew she liked the way Wheeljack was, so if she likes that, I can do that. I will do that for her. Ella POV. Wow, I can't believe I dodged those missiles. It was a good thing I paused my music to find a new song, or I never would have heard or felt the heat of them. Then I just reacted with reflexes. I wish someone could have got that on video. I would so be tubing it. If it weren't a government secret. Okay, so we're like 100 yards from base. I am still going to keep running. Or we can have a race with your holoform? I said, and then asked. His holoform appeared where we stood and ready ourselves. Ha ha ha, he wants a challenge, then he'll get one. Okay, from here to the base store on 1, 2, 3, go. I said as I took off. I ran as fast as I could. Magnus was just a little bit behind me when the base doors opened and I passed by them with flying colors. I was fixing to stop when Magnus slammed into me, making me fall from my legs shaking. Thank you cross country and basketball for making me push myself and exercise. I thought I would land with a thud and my face first into the floor, but I landed on something soft yet muscly. I opened my eyes to see Magnus on the ground, then I blushed because I was laying on top of him. I looked into his bright blue eyes and smiled. He smiled back. Without dodging and flipping over the missiles, I was very impressed and shocked, but I liked it. Magnus said. I was blushing again. I liked when you shot that con and I finally got to see you in action. But I want to see you in on action kicking a con's ass. I told him. It made him smile as well. Then was he did shocked me, he pecked me on the lips. Does that answer your question from last night? Magnus said. I nodded and gave him a peck on the lips too. I then got up off of him and helped him up. Then his hollow form disappeared and I looked at him and he was still smiling. I don't know, but I think I have a boyfriend. Yes. I walked over where I saw B in the intergon chamber, and it looked like he was asleep. I ran over by him and to where I saw Raf sitting beside him. What happened to B? I asked. B said he was saying Megatron in his head. Oh, wow, poor B. You staying here tonight? I asked Raf. Yeah, I want to be here for B even if he's in power down mode. Raf said. I will too, I'm gonna go call my parents. I said and Raf nodded. I pulled out my phone and called my dad. 1. Dad, hey sweetie, how are you? Ella, I'm good. Is it okay if I stay here at the base tonight? Dad, sure, why? Ella, one of the bots be I'm close to him and I'm worried about him. Dad, okay, I'll see you tomorrow. Good night, love you, and don't be late for school. Ella, thanks Dad, and good night, love you too, and I wand. After I got off the phone I walked over to where Raf was on the wall with B staring at him. Ultra Magnus must have gone to his room cause I didn't see him at all. B, this isn't you, it's Raf. Raf said. I saw B walk through the ground bridge without a fact that any of us were standing there. I then noticed Ratchet on the floor. I ran over to him and said, Ratchet, are you okay? He got up slowly and checked the computer. Where is he going? Ratchet said. Probably more to himself than us. And yes, Ella, I am fine. Ratchet told me. Ratchet activated another ground bridge. What, take us with you, we want to help B. I said. Ratchet huffed but put on his hand for us to climb on. He set us on either side of his shoulders. We walked through the ground bridge and ended up on some kind of ship. The Decepticon warship. What is Bumblebee doing here? Ratchet asked himself again. We walked down the hallway, I guess that's what it is. We saw drones laying on the floor. Did B do this? Raf asked. We walked into a room where Megatron was on life support and B connected to him. Ratchet set us on the ground, then started to charge at B. Ratchet, don't hurt B. Raf said. That's not Bumblebee. Ratchet said as he went to hit B. B dodged his attack and tossed him to the ground. B? Raf asked. Bumblebee can't hear you anymore. Megatron said. As much as I don't want you in B's body, I can't let you go back to your own. Raf said as he grabbed the cable that was attached to B's head. I then went over and jumped onto the cable as wheel, but B's body swung it and making us be thrown against the wall. My already bruised skull just became more bruised. I wanted to get up and help again, but I couldn't. I just lay down on the ground. I knew I was close to falling asleep, which is what I just wanted to do at the moment. I managed to say Ratchet. Before all was darkness. Ratchet POV. Megatron was back into his own body. I saw Raphael standing by B. I then heard Ella say Ratchet. I looked over at her body laying face down on the ground, not moving. I scanned her. She was knocked unconscious by the hit she took to her already bruised head. I saw Megatron stand up and turn towards his drones. Take care of these pests, I have something more important to take care of. Megatron said. I watched the drones take aim at us. I saw B grab Raf as I gently picked Helen up and held her close to my spark. We ran till we came out on top of the warship. Then we swiftly jumped from the ship to the snow ledge close by. I then heard Optimus come, Ratchet, we require a ground bridge. We walked around the corner and I said, as do we. Optimus, RC, Bulkhead, and Ultra Magnus stared back at us. What are you doing here? Ultra Magnus said. The story can wait until we get back to base. I told them. I was covering L from Ultra Magnus's view. I didn't want him to worry, like I knew he would. I activate the ground bridge from my scanners. Then we all went through. I made my way to my birth room so that I could check on Ella. That way Ultra Magnus wouldn't worry. I knew Ella was staying the night here with us, so maybe it wouldn't be so bad. I closed my birth room door so no one would disturb me at work. I laid Ella down on top my berth. I checked her head, it was a little bruised still, but no blood, thank goodness. I found a small blanket and pillow. I lifted her head gently and put it on the pillow, then covered her up. I looked at the time, it was about 9 p.m. here. It was daylight in the Arctic just a few minutes ago when we left. I then transformed into my ambulance for some much needed recharge. Ultra Magnus POV. I can't believe I kissed Hella earlier, and then she kissed me back. I enjoyed it very much. I wonder where we stand now. I wanted to talk to her. Raf had said that her dad said she could stay the night tonight since they were keeping an eye out for our young scout. I hadn't seen Ella since I kissed her. After we arrived back at base, Ratchet walked to his berth room without a word to us. It was different even for Ratchet. I saw that he had his hand around his spark the whole time and down to his berth room, like he was hiding something. I walked over to where the others stood listening to what happened to Bumblebee. Raf was sitting on Bumblebee's shoulder. "Raf, have you seen Ella?" I asked him. "Not since Ratchet picked her up from the floor of the ship," Raf said. "She was on the ship as well?" I asked. "Then where was she now?" "Yeah, she was knocked against the wall pretty hard and she lost consciousness," Raf said. I decided to ask Ratchet. I walked down the hallway and to the door of Ratchet's room. I pushed the button for it to open. It revealed Ratchet in his vehicle form and Ella laid out on his berth. I walked past Ratchet's, what I could tell, recharging form. I leaned over to Ella. I moved a piece of her hair out of her face. Her breathing was normal, she was going to be alright. I knew she was safe here with Ratchet, but I wanted her close to me. I reached to grab her when something hard hit my helm. I placed my servo to my helm, then turned to see that Ratchet had transformed and had a wrench in his servo. "Ratchet, why would you do that?" I whispered. "Leave her be, she took a bang to her head where it was still bruised. I want to keep an eye on her. I realize that you want to make sure that she is safe, but she is safe here with me, Ultra Magnus," Ratchet said. "Why? You dislike the human children?" I said. "Oh well," Ratchet said. I knew he was starting to care for them even if he didn't want to believe it. "You will let me know when she awakens?" I asked. I didn't want to leave her, but I knew she was safe with Ratchet. "Yes, I will let you know," Ratchet said. I then walked out and into my own berth room. I laid down onto my berth. I wanted nothing more for Ella to be laying right beside me in my hollow form, or having her laying on my chest is where my spark yearned for her. Thinking of my Ella, I slowly fell into recharge. 1. Well, that's the ending of that chapter. I do hope you enjoy this video. If you like to see more, remember to hit that like button, subscribe to this channel and leave a comment down below. Until next time.